Testing. Testing. Refresh. Okay. Hello and welcome to the replay reviews, the Jamiecord. I believe this is the 6th one. And today we'll be looking at the difference between a 1400 ML Jamie and a 1600. Mr. Zuckro was kind enough to play some sets with me, and I believe this would be a really good set to watch. So this guy was warmed up. He was grinding out ranked for like an hour before I challenged him, and then from my side I just hopped on. So this would be my generic autopilot flowchart, and also we're playing each other for the first time, so this would be a great showcase of the typical ranked game when you don't know what the opponent is doing, you don't have any information on them, and the difference in the amount of risk that the 1600 ML player takes and the 1400. So right away he's creating a bunch of space here, and I'm actually looking for 2 drive rush 2 LP here, but I just get a bit lazy, I guess. Actually, that's not quite the case. Because he backs up, I change the 2 OP for a 5 HP for the extra range, because 5 HP also moves me forward here. So already I'm taking more risk, whereas the 1600 player hasn't taken any risk at all. And I notice he's walking back a lot, so I throw out the 5MK and it hits. Now we're back to neutral. I think we both have the same idea here. We're looking for palm. He does OD palm and gets 2 drinks. I actually think it's not worth doing OD palm like that, because there's a high chance it'll get it'll get blocked. I like to call that the Paris palm. There was one Jamie I was reviewing. He just did that like every 10 seconds. He loved OD palm at the cost of burning up his drive meter very fast. Anyway, 2 drinks in. I really shouldn't be doing drive rush. And also he can reversal here. In my previous Jamie mirror matches, I believe this was a guy called Dingo. He would reversal here all the time. He would be ready. And that shut down that common approach quite often. So right here, going for a jump in or a drive rush was probably a mistake, because it's quite easy to be ready for these situations that you can drill and train to deal with. Now the funny thing here is, with the drive rush 5 HP, it's either going to be a throw or a 2 LP, and it's always a gamble because both Jamies know what's coming and it's like a forced 50-50, so preferably not doing drive rush 5 HP would be better. It seems that I'm playing for the more risky lines of play, looking for the punish counter, drive rush 5 HP. Shen Shao time. I think he delayed it a bit there. So this back high was intentional. And I throw out the reversal here. I like to try to do at least one per game. But no more than the one reversal a game. To show the opponent obviously that I will do the option. But not too much where it will be a predictable reversal to get baited. Let's see. I'm looking for the command grab setups now that I'm doing level 3. Drive rush 4 HP is interesting. I've seen a few higher level Jamies do this. I think depending on the timing, it can be +2 or more. I'm not quite sure what wake up options this beats though. I think probably going for like a delayed 5 MP is better overall, but I don't know. I guess it's nice to see the 4 HP come out because this move is rarely used and it's very situational when and where it gets its value because it's a very slow move. It's slower than 5 HK, which is 15 frames. Nice perfect parry. Ooh. What do I get here? I didn't know what jump in button Zucker pressed here. Oh, okay. So I have to press let's try 5 MP. Okay, so a 6 frame button here, punish counters. Interesting, so the best option was probably if I get the timing right. Try and drive rush cancel this. Into the Shen Shao combo. So here I gamble on a parry. It's very common for Jamies to go for a parry after 5 HP gets blocked. Like a punch counter throw. Now on the second throw, this is a melee throw. You can dash forward and go for another throw after getting a punish counter throw. Now here I was thinking I'll go for an early command grab just to throw out something. Yeah, it's clip farming, I suppose. Ideally, he would the play would be he expects a reversal and blocks, and I hit him with the command grab, but that didn't happen. Just goes for the throw again. And here I was like, oh, this is definitely a bad habit. I play a very aggressive Jamie, but it comes at the cost of getting counter hit a lot, so I have to be more careful to notice when the opponent is doing like this autopilot flowchart pressure. So like right here, this is the like plus 10 on block 5 MP. So not plus 10, it's plus 10 on hit, and it's like plus 8 on block, something like that. Because whiffing the 5 okay there makes 5 MP hit in the later active frames. Now here I go for, so if I notice the opponent was backing up a lot, I'll go for the Driver's 2 MK. But I don't have the confidence in myself to fully commit to it, so I end up doing nothing with it. Ideally, I was gonna do this. Then get the opponent in the corner and start mixing them up. And that's probably one of Jamie's strongest round openings. Well, I doubt myself, don't go for it, which is unfortunate. You could also say that this is not following a flowchart. I'm just looking for palms here. I'm generally going to be plus on block. Similar to matchups like Terry and Sagat, or against opponents who clearly have better neutral than I do. I'm going to start throwing out palms. I don't know if that's good or not, but I have had a lot more success with it against other higher ranked players. So right here I'm just seeing what is his response to this, and it's 5 MK. He doesn't go for the Shen Shao, which is reasonable. Because at drink level 0, you don't want to miss any chances of getting a drink. I messed up my inputs for Driver's 5 HP. Oh, this was so cool. I was expecting so right here, if you could throw out a light button, which will be some delayed 5. I was expecting like a 2 OP or a 2 OK or something here. But it seems Zucker read into that and punish countered me. So I mean, if I get away with doing Driver's 5 HP, it's okay. Here I back up and go for a drink. But I actually missed the timing here. Because notice he back jumps here, and this was another bit of self-doubt where I didn't fully commit to my decisions. So that delay meant that I got counter hit here. Could have been worse. It could have been a punish counter. I think I would be dead to punish counter 5 HP SA3. So I'm just holding parry here. I expect jump in 2 HP, 5 MP, that autopilot stuff, so I hold parry there. Let's see. I do this a lot, 2 OP just to confirm. It gives me some space, some breathing room in the corner, and then I can jump out. And the other reason why this is good is that this is a really difficult anti-air. There's a very good chance that this might be a punish counter 5 MK, and the anti-air goes the other way. That happens a lot on Jamie if you're not careful. So here I make a calculated risk. If I DI, I will burn out the opponent on block or on hit. But I wasn't paying attention to my opponent's resources, so I just died. Like if the opponent had an SA1 available, maybe that play is a bit more reasonable. But you could make some really interesting comebacks if the opponent is burnt out. So I think it's worth spending the HP to burn out the opponent when you can, or when it's guaranteed. Okay, so we're going into the second game now. Now here I've given up on doing drive rush stuff. I just assume that at this rank I'll get checked doing it. So I go for a slightly safer option, which is just finding a space for palm. I'm just playing slow here, not trying to commit to anything. And as you see, it's a very effective way to get your drinks in a relatively low risk way. The plus on block palm is safe to DI as well. I don't know why I'm drive rushing with 5 HP this much. I think it's because I can get away with it, because I know this guy is a good player who's not going to jump. He's not going to give me an easy anti-air. So at low ranks, my drive rush 5 HP gets jumped a lot. But things like 5 HK as well, when you know the opponent won't jump, you could throw out the 5 HK a lot more. And do some good burnout damage. Or drive damage. So here I gamble on the drive reversal. That's a really good 4 HP. I was just doing some time wasting jumps here. You can't catch people drive rushing in. But this guy has not drive rushed at me once. For the most part, he's just had some very consistent punishes. He hasn't done anything particularly complicated. He's just pressed the right button at the right time. That gives him an easy punish counter. Now this was a nice sweep because he was waiting for that drive rush. And I might do this myself actually if I'm against a drive rush spammer. This is like a safe sweep and drink. Also, this does have a lot of range to it as well, so assuming you're reacting at the right time, it's probably a good option. Much better than a sweep on block. Now at this point, I think he was adapting to my palms. And he was deliberately spacing himself where my palms would whiff. Going for lots of throws here. I think a lot of Street Fighter players don't throw as much as they should. I actually thought he... So one trick I like to do is go for a DI and expect it to get blocked. Now there's a very common habit that people do where they jump after a blocked DI. So then I go into level 2. And this will give me time to think. I think he's going for a dive kick here, like a heavy dive kick. Or maybe a jump 5MK. That dive kick catches me. What is he doing? Oh, I tried to dash under and side swap. But this, I guess, is one of the benefits of having such a massive hurtbox and dive kick. Like I said earlier, if he was gonna do jump 5HK, maybe 5MK, I would have dashed under. Another part of my game plan is to always side swap with the opponent and throw them into the corner, because that's a huge advantage. Wonder what I could have done here. Okay. Oh, I do actually have to do this. Let's try jump 5HK. Interesting, that would have side swapped. Maybe if I time that differently, I can get an interesting follow-up. No, not quite. Unfortunate. I tried to throw off the pacing of the match with that SA2, but it seemed like my opponent had a lot of time to think and choose a good option. I got killed for it. Jamie wins. So it's another example of me taking risks. Okay, on to the final game.
Round 1. Fight.
keeping it simple, just walking back. Waiting for an easy button to whiff punish. This is a very unfortunate. I'm sure I uncheck it. That is very hard. Even if I walk forward, it's not easy. Okay, I just mistimed that. A backdash here, knowing that he goes for a lot of throws. Another driver's 5 HP. Well, the 50-50 didn't pay off that time. Now I'm in the corner guessing. I get a lucky back throw here. Yeah. So here I'm plus 18. I want to go for a drink. Yeah, I'm plus 18 and it would be... Oh, sorry, I'm plus 16. I think I get a throw here, driver's throw. Yeah, I'm plus 16. And there we go. So I had that option, but instead I mess it up. I wasn't expecting a parry there. Yeah. I just go for another 5 MP, but it gets reversaled. Because I imagine the reversal came out because Zucker is like, I've never been in this situation before, guess I'll reversal. So that's probably the only advantage I have against higher ranked players, is that I'll put them in weird mix-ups and then they'll reversal. I get the lucky palm. I know a dive kick is unblocked, so I hold parry. And this is another huge problem. It was the 5 MK here. He goes for a backdash, I think, was it? Right here. Could I have just pressed the button? No. Let's see, so I delayed my 5 HK. But that was the perfect timing to get punish counted. So yeah, sometimes you gotta press your buttons as fast as you can, you gotta mash it out. There we go, another misspaced. I don't think Zucker has missed any buttons, generally speaking. Go for the command grab here, but I mess it up. Guess my inputs were a bit sloppy. That is unfortunate. But that's why we practice in training mode for hundreds of hours. This was my plan. You know, something like that. But I messed it up. I take another risk. This 50-50 paid off though. The drive was 5 HP. I just go for the mic walk. I think that's more just to show that it can be done. Or that Jamie does have some other routes that could be discovered by other players. That's a very nice low. In fact, a lot of players go for that. So what was that? It was... So right here, I'm less than 3 bars. So I'm like, I don't want to parry here because I might get punished counter thrown. It's to checkmate DI. So I block high, but then that is the perfect time to go for safe jump low. And that was executed really well. Then I die. Very clean game.
Jamie wins.
So I guess the summary is, I won't say that I need to stop playing like a maniac, drive rushing and all of that, but I can definitely try and space my buttons a bit more and be a bit more patient. And not walk into my opponent's frame traps and get punish counted. I was also trying to force a lot of unnecessary stuff. But anyway, that concludes the replay review of myself. Now I'll be hopping into ranked with those tips in mind. I will be closing the stream and restarting, so give me a moment.